especially as it pertains, next slide please, as it pertains to my presentation today. Technology has been known as a driver of socio-economic growth, and then the global race for innovation and technology sovereignty. What is Nigerian technological landscape like? How the tech hubs, how the startups, industrialization efforts, the gaps in innovation, research, utilization, takes me to the question that should be bothering everybody today. How is Nigeria leveraging technology for development? And what role does IPR play, intellectual property rights?
NOTAP. Association for Researcher and Inventor Network actually is a body that has made efforts to bring together, because when you see things happening in the country, Nigeria is talented, as we all know, but many of our works in Nigeria don't cross the border. A lot of people are
innovation you create
on the other, but at the end of the day, those things die on their shelves. We roll out millions of engineers every year from the universities. Even with other professional disciplines, a lot of people are being rolled out or graduated, yet all the work they produce, all their thesis, all their research work lies down on the shelf without bringing back value to us. And this is one of the things that Aaron have seen, and we felt we need actually to actualize things that will make our work to scale the borders. China today is bringing in a lot of things, and every country is celebrating them. But most of the brain behind those things, you'll be shocked that are from Nigeria. And why can't we then do something? So this is why we're happy with NOTAP, that what NOTAP is doing is to make sure that we do things ourselves by ourselves, and then we use what we produce by ourselves. The DG mentioned of people producing one thing or the other from the East, and it's not only limited to the East, but you realize that those things are being shipped abroad, and then people go back to buy them and bring them back home.
That is not scaling outside the country. If they are patented, because most times when you see yourself carrying product thinking you're the originator, when there are other people who have already done works and who are in the market before you. So if you have a good product, that is why we come in NOTAP. We help evaluate whatever thing you think you have. There are records all over the world. If you go on YouTube, you can search all the items that have been patented, and when you check the originality, we have so many criteria in place. Once it is original and there is no other person doing it, it is your work. We recommend to the Patent Commission to grant you that certificate.
To bring together all innovators and inventors in Nigeria so that they have a grounding and at the same time have a connection with the government. Because most of the people that are doing innovation in the country are actually doing this because of the passion they have. But at the end of the day, you will realize that all those things they are doing do not go far. Along the way, they get discouraged because there's no empowerment. And empowerment cannot come if there's no synergy between government and the individual. So what NOTAP is actually doing today is a good takeoff that will be able to actually synergize inventors and innovators that, and at the same time, channel the proper way in whereby they will be empowered to actually deliver what their intentions are. Because they produce a lot of things locally. And you will also recall that in the universities, as I said earlier, there are a lot of research work going on. But at the end of the day, those research work are only meant for certificates. Once you get the certificates, you get to see the whole idea. And millions of graduates are being rolled out every year from Nigeria doing research work, but the research work cannot add value to them. So, likewise, there are a lot of dropouts in Nigeria, whereby they are producing one thing, innovating one thing or the other, and at the end of the day, those ideas just go down, and there's no way they can turn this to value that will be beginning to make money for them. So what NOTAP is doing is to be able to bring together all those people, because once they call on us, we call on all our members that are registered with us. And with this, they can now showcase what they have done. There are a lot of talented people in Nigeria doing one great thing or the other. But how do we empower them? To empower them, we'll have to come from government. Because all these individuals don't have the muscle to leverage whatever they are doing to a higher scale, whereby it becomes a household name. But with government, when we are in tune with government, we know that those things become a history.